Louisville, Kentucky, where the river bends and stories stay. When people hear Louisville, Kentucky, a few things usually come to mind. The Kentucky Derby, bourbon, horse racing. But Louisville is not a one-weekend city, it's not a slogan, and it's certainly not frozen in the past. Louisville is a city of layers, Southern and Midwestern, historic and modern, loud in celebration and quiet in reflection. It is shaped by a river that slows things down, by neighborhoods that hold memory tightly, and by people who live between tradition and reinvention. This is Louisville beyond the postcard. This is the Louisville most people never truly see. 1. The Ohio River. Louisville's silent architect. Louisville exists because of the Ohio River. Unlike many cities built to race forward, Louisville grew because the river forced people to stop. The falls of the Ohio once made Louisville a necessary pause for river traffic, and that pause shaped the city's identity. The river still moves slowly here. It bends instead of rushing straight. It reflects light, clouds, and time. At sunrise, fog rises gently from the water. At dusk, the river turns steel blue and gold. The river teaches patience, and Louisville learned from it. This city doesn't hurry unless it has to. 2. A border city with a blended soul. Louisville sits at a crossroads, north and south, Midwest and Appalachia. It carries the politeness of the South, the practicality of the Midwest, and the resilience of river towns. You'll hear different accents within a few blocks. You'll feel different rhythms depending on the neighborhood. Louisville doesn't fit neatly into one box, and that's its strength. It's a place where porch conversations matter. Work ethic is respected. Creativity grows quietly. Tradition and progress coexist. This in-between identity gives Louisville a depth many cities never develop. 3. Neighborhoods that tell their own stories. Louisville is not one city. It's many small worlds connected by bridges, parks, and memory. Old Louisville, one of the largest collections of Victorian homes in the United States. Tree-lined streets, iron fences, and ornate architecture give this neighborhood a timeless elegance. Walking here feels like stepping into a slower century, where craftsmanship mattered and homes were built to last. The Highlands, eclectic, lively, and deeply local. Independent bookstores, cafes, music venues, and restaurants line streets that feel human-scaled and walkable. The Highlands represent Louisville's creative heartbeat, expressive without trying too hard. New Louisville, a neighborhood reborn. Once industrial, now a center for art, food, and design. New Lou shows how Louisville reinvents without erasing its past. West Louisville, often misunderstood, West Louisville carries deep history, resilience, and cultural importance. It is a place of community, memory, and voices that deserve to be heard more often. Each neighborhood adds texture to the city's story. 4. Architecture that speaks softly but clearly. Louisville's beauty is often found in its buildings, not skyscrapers competing for attention, but homes, churches, and public spaces built with care. You'll find limestone facades, brick alleyways, historic theaters, modest homes with deep character. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium, often known for its myths, is also a reminder of public health history and human endurance. The city doesn't chase architectural trends, it preserves identity. 5. A green city that breathes easily. One of Louisville's most surprising qualities is how green it is. Cherokee Park, designed by Frederick Law Olmsted, the same mind behind Central Park. Rolling hills, open meadows, and winding roads make Cherokee Park feel expansive and calming. The parklands of Floyd's. Fork. A massive park system that stretches miles, offering trails, water access, and quiet spaces where families gather and nature thrives. Waterfront Park, where the city meets the river. Concerts, picnics, bike rides, and quiet moments all coexist here. Nature in Louisville doesn't overwhelm, it welcomes. 6. The Derby, more than a race. The Kentucky Derby is Louisville's most famous export, but its meaning goes deeper than hats and spectacle. For locals, Derby is tradition, family gatherings, neighborhood pride, shared ritual. Churchill Downs holds history in its grandstand. The city doesn't just host the derby, it carries it year-round. Behind the glamour is an entire industry of trainers, grooms, breeders, and workers whose lives revolve around the horses. It's not about one day, it's about continuity. 7. Bourbon Country. Craft, not just consumption. Louisville sits at the heart of bourbon culture, but bourbon here isn't about excess. It's about craft. Distilling is a science passed down through generations. The water, the limestone, the aging process, all matter. The Urban Bourbon Trail celebrates small distilleries and historic bars that treat bourbon as heritage, not hype. Bourbon tells the story of patience, barrels waiting years to be ready. Louisville understands that timeline. Eight. Food that feels like home. Louisville's food scene is comforting, inventive, and deeply rooted. Yes, there's fried chicken biscuits, hot browns, but there's also immigrant-run kitchens, modern Southern fusion, vegan cafes, global flavors woven into local tradition. Food here is about feeding people well, not impressing critics. 9. A city of writers, musicians, and thinkers. Louisville has always produced storytellers. Poets, musicians, journalists, and thinkers who observe closely and speak honestly. Creativity here isn't loud, it's reflective. Small venues, open mics, and independent presses give voices room to grow without pressure. Louisville creates space for ideas. 10. History that isn't ignored. Louisville does not hide from its past. It acknowledges slavery and segregation, civil rights struggles, economic divides. Museums, memorials, and community conversations keep these histories alive, not to reopen wounds, but to learn. This honesty gives the city moral depth. 11. Louisville at night. Calm, thoughtful, human. At night, Louisville softens. Streetlights glow gently. Conversations linger. The river reflects the city without distortion. You can hear music drifting from a distance. Not overpowering, just present. Louisville nights invite reflection rather than escape. 12. The people. Louisville's quiet power. What truly defines Louisville is its people. People who remember names, show up for neighbors, care deeply about place, balance, pride with humility. There's an unspoken understanding here that community matters more than image. Conclusion: Louisville is a city that knows who it is. Louisville does not rush to redefine itself. It listens, it remembers, it evolves carefully. It is a city of river bends and long conversations, of tradition and thoughtful change, of beauty that doesn't need to shout. Louisville is not trying to be louder than anyone else. It is comfortable being fully Louisville, and that quiet confidence is its greatest strength. For those willing to look closely, slow down, and listen, Louisville reveals itself as one of America's most grounded, beautiful, and deeply human cities.